You're in the right place. Grab your surfboard, the water is ready, and let's dive in.
Hello, stargazers and sacred leaders. Sanja Rose here, your true sky astrologer and sacred brand alchemist. I am here with my March 2024 energies for your moon marketing, for your business, for your leadership, for your life. If this is something that deeply calls to you to learn more about, I highly suggest joining my Cosmic Arts training that is live until November. After that, it's going to be a self-study course. But if you want to get live Q&A with me and be able to engage with other cosmic artists, if you want to learn more about cosmic self-embodiment, how to read the visible sky, about where the true sky placements are in the human design system, what constellations are above and below each constellation, then Cosmic Arts training is for you. And we will have the Pisces training in March. We just had to reschedule it, so you haven't missed it yet. Join at the link below in the show notes. And if you're interested in getting a one-on-one reading to awaken your deeper sense of self, deeper self-love, self-understanding, and understanding of your mission, of your destiny here on planet Earth, why you were born at the exact time that you were born, then consider getting a reading with me. I have openings now in April and into May, and I'm so excited to serve you in this way. The link is also below for that. All right, so without further ado, here's March.
And we have some really exciting astrological shifts that are happening during this time. So the month really starts off with the last quarter moon. So we currently are about to have the full moon tomorrow on February 24th, 2024. Or it's February 23rd if you're in Australia or in the South, I believe, if I'm doing my time conversions correctly. So a week after that will be the last quarter moon, which will really be a profound time to notice what has shifted, what has been released since the full moon. What do you know that you still need to let go of? Where can you further surrender? Where can you really refine? Right? We always say that full moons bring out and illuminate and show us what's not working and what needs to change. And then the last quarter moon is really that final straw of you getting really clear on your boundaries, on you getting incredibly clear on your needs, and on you actually taking the action that needs to happen so that you can have a clear slate, a clear space for when the next new moon comes around. And so the month starts off with this really powerful clearing, cleansing, surrender energy. So make sure to tune into that. And then on the 5th of the month, we have Mercury going into Pisces. So currently Mercury is in Aquarius. It just went there last week, I believe, or earlier this week. And so Mercury in Pisces is going to be an incredibly powerful time to really communicate and to think in very impeccably compassionate, empathic, creative ways. All of that Piscean energy. You might feel poetic. You might feel deeply expressive. You might want to be creative in a way that you never have been. Maybe take an art class, maybe showcase your form of creativity in some unique way. But Mercury in Pisces is going to be a really powerful time, and Mercury will stay in Pisces for the rest of March. So it's going to really be adding to that Piscean energy that we're going to get as of the 9th of March when the sun goes into Pisces. So we're going to have this powerful Sun Mercury energy both in Pisces is going to be really leading us to express our creativity, to really share what's deeply within us, and perhaps to be willing to share our intuitive gifts in ways that we never have before. Right? So are you willing to share and to contribute and to transmit what's deeply in your soul, what you deeply know to be true, what you might have questioned, but what you intuitively keep on getting the urge to say or to do, right? This is Mercury and Pisces working for you and really letting yourself be expressed as a leader and in your business. And again, it's a great time to be really creative with your copywriting and with your content, right? It could be a good opportunity to use some AI to help give you more ideas and more clarity on how to write content, or you could work with someone like me or a copywriter to help you actually clarify your content and what it is that you want to say, or maybe have more fun sharing your story, talking about what it is that you do, looking at different ways that you can communicate and express what it is that you do, maybe changing the name of an offering, changing the name, like playing with words, having fun in your expression, and really letting your expression be an incredibly compassionate expression of what it is that you do, right? An incredibly deep, from the heart, from the soul based expression of your intuition, of your gifts. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's lots of people sharing their intuitive gifts come March, after March 5th. If we have an influx of, oracle readings, tarot readings, transmissions coming through, I wouldn't be surprised by that at all, because it's really going to be the season for it. So with Mercury in Pisces, next we have the sun going into Pisces on March 9th. So every year around this time is when Pisces season begins. And this is going to be an incredibly powerful season to deeply connect with your emotions and to really know what it is that your emotional intelligence wants you to do, to what it is that your deep intuitive knowing wants you to do and create in your business and in the world. And on the same day that the sun goes into Pisces on March 9th, we also have Venus moving into Aquarius. So Venus is currently in Capricorn. It's meeting with Mars in Capricorn, but I'm going to talk about that later in the full moon reading and transmission. But Venus is going into Aquarius on March 9th, which is really profound because it shifts and speaks to the way that you love, the way that you manifest, the way that you bring to you what it is that you most value. And so on this day and until the 28th, when Venus goes into Pisces, you're going to be much more logical, much more rational with the way that you think, with the way that you bring about what it is that you love, with the way that you think about your partnerships and about your relationships in your world. And you're going to be really like, it's almost like Queen of Swords energy, like that Queen of Air energy, where you have boundaries, you have clarity, you can make decisions, you can be really, really clear about the relationships in your life, who you're partnering with in business and in life and in love, and who you really want to work with. This might be a time when you get really clear on who are the people that I am here to serve. Who do I really want to work with? Who is my unique individual, my unique individual intuition, my unique creativity, my unique expression here to serve? How do I connect with those people? You're going to have a lot of clarity around this during Venus in Aquarius. And it's going to be a really powerful time to be really unique and expressed in your unique way of showing love and your unique way of expressing yourself, but also getting rational and clear about how you can actually make a tangible plan and a tangible, logical, rooted in reality plan for how you can bring about the things that you want. So it's going to be a really powerful time to really connect to your heart, let your unique expression out into the world, but also let the people that you're meant to serve and that you're meant to work with come into your life, with all of you being really rational, boundaried, clear, discerning about what's coming up next. So that's going to be a really powerful energy mixed in with that Piscean solar energy. So it's going to be really a time of deep emotional intelligence, right? Where you as a CEO and you as a leader and you as a founder are going to be both deeply compassionate, but also deeply discerning, deeply rational about the decisions that you make, because you know how valuable your time is. You know how valuable your contribution is. And if you don't know this, you will soon know it, and you will really feel it in your heart. And it's going to be an incredibly creative time. So the day after the sun goes into Pisces and Venus goes into Aquarius, we have the new moon in Pisces. And this is the first of two new moons in Pisces. Our next two new moons are going to be in Pisces because Pisces is such a long season. So this new moon in Pisces is going to be at 3 a.m. right in the morning, Mountain Standard Time. So it's going to be a really powerful time, incredibly powerful time to set intentions about what it is that you want to create, about the magic that you want to bring forth into the world, about the beautiful level of your own creative expression and intuitive gifts that you want to give to the world, the next level of your expression, the next level of your ceremony that you give to the world, of the rituals that you give to yourself and the world. And it's going to be a really powerful time to connect to your own spiritual power and to set intentions, to set goals, to set your vision into place and to plant those seeds of your deepest creativity and your deepest imaginings and your deepest desires into the earth to grow as spring blossoms. Spring is, of course, happening in the north. If you're in the south, we're going into autumn. So really, really powerful time to set intentions around your creativity, around your intuitive expression, around your deep, deep contribution to the earth and to the human experience on March 10th. A week later, we have the first quarter moon. And the first quarter moon is really that time when we get to assess, okay, what have we created so far? We already set those intentions. What synchronicities, what magic, what beauty, what coincidences? And there's never any coincidences, right? What has happened? What has come about from those intentions that you set on the 10th? Come the 17th, what have you already recognized that you've created, and what do you want to do next? What do you want to create next? What's the next step? What's the next layer of your own creative expression in your business and in the world? It's going to be an incredibly artistic, incredibly creative time, and also an incredibly emotionally healing time for all of us, especially for those of us that have had emotional pain around our businesses and around being a leader and around letting ourselves be seen, especially if we grew up in environments where our gifts and talents weren't celebrated, weren't recognized, weren't seen, or were judged or criticized or stifled. It's going to be a really powerful time to heal that inner child within you and let that expression come through and let that emotional healing occur so that you can show up in your highest and best. So after that first quarter moon, we really get to review, what have we created so far? What is this first week of Pisces season felt like? The next day, Mars goes into Aquarius. So Mars is currently in Capricorn as well. And so Mars will be in Aquarius starting the 18th of March. And this is going to be an incredibly powerful time. What I said before about Venus in Aquarius, this just adds to it. This adds fuel to the fire. So Mars being in Aquarius means that you actually take action in a very logical, strategic, powerful way, in a way that's going to serve the collective and serve you and serve people for generations to come. You're going to take those actions. You're going to get clear on the plan. You're going to make a project plan. You're going to hire a project manager. You're going to literally do what you need to do in order to make the thing happen. It's going to be very powerful, very logical energy, and also this sense of real fire and you expressing who you are as an individual. Like, okay, I've been copying my other coaches, or I've been looking at other people in the industry and I've been distracted by what other people are doing and by who they are. But Mars in Aquarius is like, you can only be you. That is your power, is that you are you. You have your history, you have your culture, you have your unique language, you have your unique perspective on the world. And only that is going to be what serves your people and serves the world, right? Your being you is your power. And so Mars in Aquarius is going to be this powerful time where you take bold actions and you take the actions that you need to take in order to serve the world in the way that only you can. So it's going to be a really, really potent time, and especially to connect to this energy before the vernal equinox. So the vernal equinox happens on the 19th of March this year. So we're going to have, this is the equal day of equal light and day in the world. So we had the darkest night back in solstice for the winter solstice, or it was the brightest day for those of us in the south. But all over the world, it's going to be equal night and day for the most part, depending on where you are, close to the equator, etc. It kind of shifts because it's a globe. But this equinox time is this really powerful portal, is this really powerful time where we get to step from one season to the next. And the one thing that's true about life and that's true about business and true about leadership is that nothing ever stays the same. We always go through cycles, just like the earth, just like the cosmos. We are a microcosm of the macrocosm. We are a small part of the greater whole. And coming at this transition point, coming at this liminal space where we are going from one season out of winter, out of summer, into spring, into autumn, is this time to shift into new territory. What is it that we're creating? What is it that we want to grow? What are the seeds that we want to grow into fruit that we then get to make jam and pie and salads and beautiful dishes with, right, in our businesses? So this spring season, this awakening season is really powerful for those of us in the north. And in the autumn, it's a time of harvesting. It's a time of taking in and noticing everything that you've created and everything that you want to store away for the autumn season, for the winter. It's a time of plenty. It's a time of abundance. So really noticing the shift in seasons, and also the shift in seasons for you. Many entrepreneurs feel that they actually don't feel like their new year starts. And many people that follow the Earth's cycles don't feel that the new year starts until this equinox point, until spring equinox in their region. And so this is an incredible new beginning, new season, new start to your business. And it's a time when many people open up new offerings. If you're feeling very stuck in what should I offer? What should I do? What's best for me? Who am I meant to serve? By the time that this equinox point comes through, you're probably going to have a lot more clarity and a lot of clear action to take to really give your work to the world as this new season comes about, right? Remember that for those of us in the north that are just going through the last couple of weeks of winter, we have been in hibernation. We've been in slowdown. We've been in time of doing what we need to do to maintain, but it hasn't really been a time of building, a time of newness, a time of new life, a time of new releases. So if you're feeling ready, that you're itching, or that you're pregnant with ideas to birth in your business, this spring equinox time is likely going to be a moment when you fully birth something new. And for those of you in the north, you might actually be feeling like, oh, it's time to give the full culmination of my work, right? Maybe you've created a lot during summer and spring during your season, and now it's time to like really package it all up and give it to people in a really succinct way so that they can have something to sustain them throughout autumn and winter in your region. So it's a very powerful, creative, and shifting time in entrepreneurship. And let me know how you're all feeling about that in the comments, because it's really powerful to follow the Earth's cycles and the cosmic cycles in your own creation, and to not force yourself to live in this patriarchal kind of matrix conformed world of forcing yourself to do things or to always be on and to constantly be hustling and creating, when it's not like the earth is in bloom all year long, right? It's not that cherries and apples and mangoes are bursting out from the trees every single day. That only happens during a certain season. So the same thing can happen for you. You don't have to be launching new programs and creating new things and getting really clear on everything all of the time. You can have seasons of creation and new life, and you can have seasons of slowing down and holding back and cutting back and getting really refined. And so we're coming out of that season for those of us in the north, and we're going kind of more into that season for those of us in the south. So really, really powerful inflection point. And equal night and day, equal light and dark is also very powerful. It's a balance point. It's a harmonizing point for all of us. So it's going to be really healing, very harmonizing, very equalizing for those of us that might have felt like the extremes of winter and summer, the extremes of cold and hot. We're going to have a bit more balance and a bit more harmony and a bit more ease with our literal environment and the weather, but also within ourselves emotionally and energetically. Okay, so on the 25th of March, about a week after that spring equinox, we have eclipse season beginning. So eclipse season will be upon us in about a month in March. And eclipse season is always a very powerful time in life and in entrepreneurship, it's really when the players change, right? So often what happens is the people that you've been serving or working with or partnering with, and the people that you support, they shift every 6 months when eclipse season occurs, and you get really clear on who needs to stay, who needs to go, who needs to get closer, who needs to get farther away. And you have this clarity come to you, and massive epiphanies, massive clarity, massive shifts. Sometimes this change can be chaotic. I never recommend making moon water during eclipse season, because the energy is just kind of chaotic and a little bit too changeable to really be consumed with the body or to be given to our plants. But it is a very powerful time of transformation. So on the 25th, we have a lunar eclipse, and we have the first full moon in Virgo. We're going to have a second full moon in Virgo in April as well. So this is our first Pisces new moon and Virgo full moon, and then we're going to have another one in April. So this Virgo full moon is going to be a really powerful time to really connect to what are those day-to-day ways that you support yourself as a leader. And it's kind of like a no bullshit approach to, how am I taking care of myself? Am I eating well? Am I sleeping? Am I moving my body? Am I exercising? Am I vacationing enough? Am I having enough sex? Am I connecting enough with my friends? Am I having sacred feminine time? Am I having alone time? How are you really caring for yourself? Are you really caring for your body the way a leader needs to, and the way a leader has to, in order to show up? And in order for you to feel the best that you possibly can in your body, on the earth, at this place and time. So it's going to be a really powerful time after all of this emotional connection and intuition and artistry and creativity that's coming up during Pisces season. The Virgo full moon is going to be this point to be like, okay, what do I need to do to take care of myself? What do I need to do to deepen my connection to the earth? What do I really need to do? What do I need to take care of? What are the details? What are the plans that need to be set in motion in order for me to really, really hone my skills and give my gifts to the world? So it's going to be a really powerful time of transformation. And you might even have some revelations of, wow, I've been neglecting my own needs or my own desires for too long, and now I need to change that. It's going to be really profound, but it's going to be very normalizing. It's going to be very harmonizing for you, and it's going to be super powerful to have this first Virgo full moon, and then you'll have another Virgo full moon that will just deepen that and deeply enhance your level of well-being and your level of health and your level of embodiment in your own physical vessel. Okay, and then lastly, in March, at the very end of March, on the 28th, we have Venus going into Pisces. So Venus going into Pisces is going to be so beautiful. So the sun will still be in Pisces, Mercury will be in Pisces, and now Venus will be in Pisces. And Venus going into Pisces is like, hello, poets and lovers. Like, let us all love and express our deep love for the earth, for each other, for humanity, for ourselves, in the most profound way possible. So you might have a bit of a wake-up call, maybe a rude awakening, we could say, during the Virgo full moon, depending on how well you're taking care of yourself and providing for yourself and holding your boundaries. But the Venus in Pisces is going to be a powerful time for you to just love on yourself, deep self-love, deep self-compassion, remembering that it all starts with being loving and kind and compassionate to yourself and with others. And so you might feel this renewed sense of love for the world, this renewed sense of love for your partner and romance, and this renewed sense of love for the work that you do, and so much creativity. Like, this is where all of that logic that came through during Aquarius season, like, you kind of got logical, you got clear, you got discerning, you got boundaried, you got you got clarity during Venus and Aquarius. And then during Venus and Pisces is where you just let loose all of that creative juice that's within you, and you really let your creativity shine, and you let yourself manifest and magnetize from that sense of love in your heart, right? You know who you are, you know where you stand, you know what your value is, and from there you can fully pull and magnetize the people that are meant to work with you, the opportunities that are meant to come your way, and the way that you're meant to serve the world. And again, very powerful initiation into your own artistry, into your own creativity, into to expressing yourself as a creator, as an artist, and to really being just in that lovey-dovey, creative, intuitive, compassionate juice that is the Piscean ocean. So that is all of March. I really look forward to this season. It's going to be a powerful season of art, creativity, compassion, intuition, deep discernment, deep boundaries, deep clarity on how we're here to serve the world and ourselves. And I'm so excited for it. Okay, so that is March.